This song is called Casual Viewing by 5440, a local group. Just one of those catchy songs that you just can't not tap your foot to. And casual viewing is what we're talking today because it's Thursday, movie review day. Welcome everybody to my channel, Hockey Books and Storytellers with T-Bag and Tone. Thursday, July 6th. This will be my last video for a couple weeks. We are going on vacay, doing an East Coast cruise. Boston, Bar Harbor, Halifax, Sydney, Charlottetown, Quebec City, Montreal. And then I get to go to, on July 16th, I will be at the New York State Hockey Hall of Fame induction ceremony. And the great Stan Fischler is going to be one of the inductees. So I'm hopefully going to get to meet him and get a picture, which would be quite the honor. And really looking forward to it. Since I retired in March, I had nothing to do and I'm very good at it. So, excuse me. I was reminded of a story that I was at the dentist, and as I was walking out, I felt a pang of having to go relieve myself. I thought, you know what, I can make the drive home. Excuse me. Still having that issue. So anyway, 40-minute drive home. So I figure, yeah, I can make it home. No problem. Well, I get about halfway and it becomes critical mass. And so I have to pull over off the side of the highway, and there's bushes. And then on the other side of the bushes, there's train tracks. Well, the bushes, it's middle of winter, so there's not a lot on them. They're pretty scant. So I go in as far as I can, looking over my shoulder, make sure nobody can see me. And then I take one final look, make sure nobody's got a camera out or anything. So yeah, it's good to go. So I gear down, and then just as I turn my head, the West Coast Express passenger train goes by fully loaded. So one thing I didn't count on. So I'd like to think that I got a standing ovation. So today, movie review day, we are doing the unexpected classics, movies that I went to see that didn't have much expectation for, but ended up being excellent movies and just way, way better than I expected. So either I went in with low expectations or no expectations, and the movies were pleasant surprises, put it that way. So we will get on with it. Let me pause my music. So I'm trying to get out of here in a hurry in case you haven't noticed, because I got lots to do before we leave tomorrow. And I'm going to get to meet my friend Kim in Boston, who's a big fan of Hockey Nobody. So we're Facebook friends, and one of those good friends you have that you've never met. So I'm looking forward to meeting her as well. So anyway, I digress. So on we go to honorable mentions. Like I say, I'm going to do the top 5, and I've got 5 honorable mentions in no particular order. So the 5 honorable mentions are, this one I put 2 in the same slot because they're this one was 2013, this one was 2014. Oblivion was just a cool movie, just lots of great special effects. Story's not so great, but yeah, just the the acting and the cinematography and the special effects are what makes it. Tom Cruise and Morgan Freeman, excellent as always. And Edge of Tomorrow, this one was like after he had released Oblivion, he came up right away with another science fiction movie, and I thought, man, that's a kiss of death. But This one was so good, like, so and had unexpected, comedy in it, so there's lots of funny parts, and Emily Blunt and Tom Cruise just have great chemistry together, so yeah, so they're both in the same slot because basically the same movie, so next up is The Batman 2022. Now, I was one of when I heard Robert Pattinson was gonna be the Batman, I thought, "No way. No, absolutely no way." But, he was very good. He's, a better actor than you would wanna give him credit for. I mean, he was in Tenet, the great Chris Columbus movie. Didn't get great reviews, but he was in that, and I thought he was very good. But the actor who played the Riddler in this one, his name is excuse me while I check my notes. Where are you? The Batman, Paul Dano. Very, very good. The Riddler is absolutely awesome in this. And at the very end, you see the Joker, which I thought was just absolutely over the top. But this is very dark, the way the Batman should be. And if you haven't seen it yet, go see it because it is excellent. I think right up there with the best of the Batmans, which was the one with Michael Keaton and Jack Nicholson. And if you argue with me, I will cut you down. Next, 1985, Real Genius. This was, yeah, we saw this one on video after it came out, 5 years after it came out. And I just thought Val Kilmer is hilarious in this. And there's William Atherton, who you'll recognize him from a lot of movies. He was in Ghostbusters and Die Hard. He always plays a jerk, and he is so good at playing it. So yeah, so very good, very funny. Some just fall off the couch funny scenes in it. So if you haven't seen it, do so. Knowing Nicolas Cage. This one came out just before Nicolas Cage went nuts and started doing movies every 6 months and just straight to video movies. Plays kind of excuse me, future, kind of a doomsday clock kind of scenario. Is just uh, one of those movies that just has a lot of suspense to it, and you're not exactly sure what's going on. So that's that one. I get them all. One more. Sideways. Oh, I am not a wine guy. Never have been, never will be. I don't like wine. I'll have the odd glass of champagne. That's about it. But this movie about two guys who go on a road trip doing wine tasting, and there is a couple of really long, boring scenes where they're talking about wine and whatnot, and I could care less. So I almost turned it off at a couple of points, but I made it through the end and it got better and there was a couple of very, very funny parts in it. But the best thing about this movie is Paul Giamatti. If you're an actor, you have to see this movie and study his performance. It's so nuanced. He plays kind of a neurotic, wine loving grade 8 teacher, nerd kind of guy, but his performance is very deep and lots of emotion. You can see the gamut of emotions that he goes through, and he pulls it off quickly. And how he didn't get nominated for an Academy Award. Thomas Hayden Church, who plays his friend in the movie, got nominated for an Academy Award, but he didn't. And that just befuddles me to no end. So anyway, those are the 5 honorable mentions. I'm going to make myself bigger now. Ooh, so big. Now, number 5 on the unexpected pleasures list is Iron Man 2008. Now, believe it or not, I had never heard of Iron Man before this movie came out. I don't know why. I mean, I was a big comic book kid when I was growing up, but I just had never heard of Iron Man. And so I went into this movie not knowing what to expect, but it is the coolest movie ever. Just so cool from all the techno technology in the beginning where he figures it all out, and yeah, just a lot of great special effects, and Jasper, his AI artificial intelligence guy, has a sense of humor, and so there's a lot of comedy in this one, action galore, and lots of explosions, everything you want in a action movie, and Robert Downey Jr. is just at his best, and Gwyneth Paltrow, Jeff Bridges, both excellent. Love this movie. Number 4, True Romance from 1991, I think it is. Um, the cast to beat all casts. I mean, this one, you wouldn't believe the actors in it. Besides Christian Slater and Patricia Arquette, who are both awesome in this movie, but it was written by Quentin Tarantino, but they wouldn't let him direct it because he wanted to do the Pulp Fiction style non-linear storytelling thing, and they didn't want that, so they didn't let him direct it. Cast includes Samuel L. Jackson, Brad Pitt, who's hilarious, absolutely hilarious in this movie. Um, Chris Penn, Tom Sizemore, Michael Rappaport, Bronson Pinchot, Saul Rubinek, Val Kilmer, Dennis Hopper, Christopher Walken, who's really good in this, and the best part of the movie, and he's only in it for like 12 minutes, but Gary Oldman plays a character called Drexler, who's a pimp, and you just if you haven't seen this movie, you won't believe how Gary Oldman pulled this off. It's just a master class in acting. So uh, really good from uh beginning to end, just has a great storyline and unexpected twists and turns. Oh, James Gandolfini's also in it, plays a hitman, so very, very good. um yeah, so ah what else can I say about this movie? It's one of my favorites. I've seen it probably 20 times. I just love it. So what's that, number 4? So number 3, Raiders of the Lost Ark. This was another one. When it came out, I had never heard of it. I didn't know what it was, and I was just, I'm one of those weird people who will go to the movie theater by myself to watch a movie. I've done it all my life. I have no no worries about what other people think. Why is that guy there alone? So, but yeah, I do it all the time. And where I worked is like 5 minutes from a multiplex that has like 18 theaters, so I could just go after work and see a movie. Usually, they're starting right about the time that I got off. So anyway, Raiders of the Lost Ark. It came out. It was I was a teenager at the time. I think maybe I'm 19, maybe 20, and uh, I saw it. It was playing at a shopping mall, and it would just happened to be starting at the time that I was there, and I thought, "Oh, well, I'll go see a movie. I have no idea what this is, but we'll check it out." And oh my god, it just like right from the opening scenes just blew me away, and I ended up seeing this movie 7 straight days in a row. I just loved it so much. And the ending scene where, yeah, you know what I'm talking about. I just couldn't get enough of it. I thought the special effects were amazing, and the story was great, and so much action. Just I'd walk out of there and my heart would be racing 100 beats a minute. Yeah, so Raiders of the Lost Ark is number 3. Number 2, Snatch from, where was Snatch? 2001. Holy cow, 20 years, over 22 years since it came out. Wow. Holy cow. Yeah, this one was at the theater close to my work, and I just was the only movie starting at the time that I was off, so I just wandered in, and it's Guy Ritchie, and he had directed a movie previously called Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels, and it has pretty much the same cast but different story. But yeah, I thought that one was very good, so I thought, this one might be okay. And wow, just just absolutely blew me. The story, the writing, the directing, it's almost the perfect movie, and Brad Pitt is out of this world hilarious. Like he plays they're called pikeys, they're like gypsies, and they got this strange accent. And when I yeah, there's a lot of stuff you don't understand what he's saying, like when you see it in the theater. So when I got the video, I put on the subtitles, and I thought, okay, well now I'm finally gonna know what he's saying. And I got a caravan for my ma, periwinkle blue, and I'm not doing it nearly enough justice. But even in the subtitles, there's a line that he says, and on the subtitles it just comes up a question mark. So even they don't know what he's saying. So yeah, there's so many great scenes, so many great actors: Dennis Farina, Vinnie Jones, Benicio del Toro. um Hilarious, action packed, just, yeah, as close to the perfect movie as you would want. Jason Statham's in it. It's just the great characters, great writing, great directing all around. Just loved it, absolutely loved it. Now you're going to be surprised at number one, because yeah, I'm sure it looked a little creepy when I I went in by myself to see this movie. I don't know why I didn't take Brooklyn. I think it just was one of those cases where it was starting after work, and I just thought, this movie looks good. I'm kind of a kid at heart, so my number one unexpected pleasure, where the movie was just way better than I ever thought it would be, was Wreck-It Ralph. Now, this movie had everything, just the action, emotion, the characters are so good. It revolves around 80s video games, which is right, in my wheelhouse. So that's, it's just, I just love this movie, and I watch it again and again and again. And if I had one movie that I had to watch for the rest of my life, this might be it. Because yeah, I find it hilarious every time I watch it, and it's just so much fun. The sequel, Wreck-It Ralph 2, Ralph Breaks the Internet, was good. It was all right, but it's not nearly as good as the original. So, that's if you haven't seen it, yeah, don't, go off into a corner by yourself when nobody's around and watch this movie, because it is just so, so good. So that's all I got for you. I got a ton of stuff to do today. It's Thursday. We leave tomorrow afternoon. So we got a ton of cleaning and errands to run, as you probably can sympathize with. So I will see you in a couple of weeks. Don't hit the like button, and subscribe if you can. uh yeah, excuse me, sorry about that. Came out of nowhere. So yeah, subscribe if you can, tell all your friends. The channel's getting more and more uh popular. It's still in the very beginning stages, where we're up to 14 subscribers now, which is awesome, and thank you very much. And if you would like to contribute to the processes going on, we're on Patreon, Hockey Books and Storytellers. Any help would be absolutely much appreciated, and we will see you in a couple weeks. Where am I? Okay, there we go. And we'll hit the more casual viewing. Take care, everybody. I'll see you in a couple weeks.